Namaste. I, JVN Dr. MP Sharma, Professor, Department of Physiology and Biochemistry, Faculty of Homeopathy Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today's my topic is Introduction to Endocrine System. All the physiological activities of the body are regulated by two major systems. Number one is nervous system, second is endocrine system. So we will discuss here endocrine system. As you know, these two systems interact with one another and regulate the body. Body function, and this section deals with the endocrine system. Endocrine system functions by secreting some chemical substances called formation, cell-to-cell signaling. Now, cell-to-cell signaling refers to the transfer of the information from one cell to another cell, and it is also called cell signaling or intercellular communication. And the cell of the body communicate with each other through some chemical substances that is called chemical messenger. These are the substances involved in cell signaling, and these messengers are mainly secreted from endocrine glands. Some chemical messengers are secreted by nerve endings and cells of the several other tissues also. All these chemical messengers carry the message from the signaling cell to the target cell. Now, paracrine messengers are the chemical messengers which diffuse from the control cell to the target cell through the interstitial fluid. Some of these substances directly enter the neighboring target cell through gap junction. So such substances are also called succinylcholine messengers or local hormones. Example is prostaglandin and histamine. Autocrine messengers are the chemical messengers that control the thought cells which secrete them. So these messengers are also called intracellular chemical mediators. Examples are leukotrienes. Neurocrine or neural messengers are neurotransmitters and neurohormones. It is an endogenous signaling molecule that carries information from one nerve cell to another nerve cell or muscle or another tissue. Examples are acetylcholine and dopamine. Neurohormones is chemical substances that is released by the nerve cell directly into the blood and transported to the distant target cells. Examples are oxytocin, antidiuretic hormone, and hypothalamic releasing hormone. Some of the chemical mediators act as more than one type of chemical messengers. For example, noradrenaline and dopamine functions as classical hormones as well as the neurotransmitters. Similarly, histamine acts as neurotransmitters and paracrine messengers. Endocrine glands are the glands which synthesize the release of the classical hormones into the blood. Endocrine glands are also called ductless glands because the hormones secreted by them are also released directly into the blood without any duct. Endocrine glands are the distinct from the exocrine glands, which release their secretion through ducts. Endocrine glands are play an important role in homeostasis and control the various other activities in the body through their hormones, and these hormones are transported by the blood to target cells or tissue in different parts of the body where the action and exudates. Major endocrine glands, hormones secreted by endocrine glands, hormones secreted by gonads, and hormones secreted by other organ or local hormones. Method of the followed by the study endocrine gland, functional anatomy, situation, division of the parts, histology, blood supply, and nerve supply. Functions are hormones secreted by the gland, action of each hormone. Now, method of the followed to the study and endocrine glands. Now we will see a diagram. We can go through this diagram in our body. The different endocrine glands are situated like pituitary gland, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, pineal gland, thymus, pancreas, adrenal glands, ovary in female, and testes in male. So let us go through this diagram why we can understand evidence to support the functions of the gland, effects of the extirpation or removal of the glands, effects of the administration of extract or the hormone of the gland, clinical observation or evidence to support the functions of the gland. Similarly, like mention is there. And endocrine disorder is studied by analyzing number one causes, second is sign and symptom, third one is the syndrome. So causes endocrine system disorder may be due to the hyperactivity or hypoactivity of the concerned gland, secretion of hormone increases during hyperactivity and decreases during the hyperactivity. Sign and symptoms. A sign is the feature of the disease detected by the doctor during the physical examination. So it is the objective physical evidence of disease founded by the examiner. Example of the sign are yellow coloration of skin and mucous membrane, jaundice, paleness in anemia, enlargement of liver. A symptom is the feature of a disease felt by the patient, so it is subjective evidence perceived by the patient. In simple words, it is noticeable changes in the body experienced by the patient. Example of the symptoms are fever, itching, swelling, tremor. Now, syndrome. Syndrome is the combination of the sign and symptom associated with the disease, which occurs together. These suggest the presence of a certain disease, of the possibilities of the developing the disease. Examples are Stokes-Edmund syndrome and syndrome of the inappropriate attitude, hormone hypersecretion. That means it is also known as SIADH in short form. Regulation of activity of the glands by other endocrine glands, by other factors, by feedback mechanism. Applied physiology disorder due to the hyperactivity or hypoactivity of the gland. Study of the hormones. Number one, sources of secretion. glands as well as the cells of the secret of the hormone chemistry, half-life, synthesis of the metabolism, action, mode of action, regulation. So this is about my version, digital version 2.0, introduction to endocrine glands. So I hope all are you satisfied. If you have any query, you please mention in the comment box so that we will have a problem solving a live session in that we can resolve your all questions. Thank you very much.